So that's actually going to make a big difference tomorrow.
That's true. The tires are different and everything is different. So, but hey, it's always. Hey, I'm a race driver too, so I know when you are winning, it's so nice. It's so nice.
So you've obviously raced here before.
Yeah.
What is it like when the wind is strong? How big a physicality does it actually bring to you when you're out there?
Yeah, it's one of the fastest track, like here in Finland and like Europe, and it's the straight is crazy. When you take the like a tunnel and you try to make your paces over here, it's so speed, and actually that first corner, it's always coming on your eyes. It's nice place to race, and those corners, as you said, Daytona corners, and those kind of bridges and everything, it's a fantastic racetrack.
And when the wind is really high, when it's really fast, how big a difference does that make to the grip levels, the way that you try and position the kart, the way you set the kart up even?
You need the drifting, and you need the help, and you need if you want to do it alone, you have to be like amazing driver and everything. But over here is you feel the wind and you feel the different kind of like atmosphere and everything. So it's important. But if you are fast, no problem.
It's certainly not going to be easy tomorrow if the wind is going to be as fast as we predict it's going to be. Could you get up to a height of 14 to 15 miles an hour winds tomorrow? So a lot faster than it has been today.
And the problem was this track, if the wind comes for you, it's crazy. That's why the difference is so big.
So we're going to let the drivers head out onto the circuit. We'll talk you through the grid positions in more detail. Leotita will get back to pole position on the front row of the grid alongside Henri Paloneva, who did such a good job in the earlier race. Vitti Salmi and Adrian Mikkelsen will be on the second row of the grid. The man who came through for the win, Justus Laholoma, alongside Ted Svan, Kevin Garib and Unto Olivi Lakkonen around the top 10. To finish it, it is Jonathan Ramo and Valtteri Vepsalainen, then Max Löfgren and Oni Kumpula in P12 of the grid. 13th position on the grid for Appi Jolokojala, and then it is Elias Kula from the Swede, Hugo Prushov from the Finn, Paavo Mäkkinen, and then it is Leni Jolikika from Oscar Ramo, Alexei Heinonen and Niklas Kangasalo. The last man on the grid is the Swede Kasper Stalknap, who had problems in qualifying and will have to start from the back. So with all of the drivers in X30 Junior ready for another go of it, a big chance for these four drivers at the front. Leotita, Henri Paloneva, Salmi and Andres Mikkelsen. They all had a good chance to win, but it was the man in P6 on the grid who actually came through for the win. That's how tough it's going to be in Junior X30 this weekend. So all the drivers know how physical it's going to be and how difficult the conditions will make it. Junior X30 ultra competitive in the IAME Nordic Cup 2026. So many challenges await these drivers. They're now getting themselves into the two tram lines. We are ready for the action. The man who came through to the victory in Heat 1 started all the way back in P6 on the grid, Justus Laholoma. So anyone could win this.
Yeah, that's true. And this is what's crazy this series and these battles in the last heat number 1. And let's see what's going to happen. Okei, junior-lähtö on tosiaan silmiemme edessä. Tiitta Palonen, Salmi Mikkelsen, Svan Lauhaloma tosiaan otti voiton. Grabi Laakkonen teki kovaa työtä olla siellä ykkös-kakkosjoukossa myös, kolmosjoukossa sen ensimmäinen siitä, mutta nyt on kaikki heitetty romukoppaan ja nyt lähdetään katsomaan kuka. Heat number 2, last heat of the day on Saturday here in 2026, Power Park. Let's see what's gonna happen.
Once again, qualifying means nothing unless you can convert it into a great result.
Deliver.
Yeah, it's all going to be very tricky. They come off the turn of the hairpin once again and down the tram lines. They cannot accelerate until the lights go out. They're very wrong in position, and it's a false start. The drivers have forgotten that. It was very clear in the driver's briefing that was given by Mikko Lane with the dignitaries, Martin Bean and Bengt Soderberg. They made it very clear in the driver's briefing, you cannot accelerate until the lights go out. Not when you reach the yellow line, not when you've passed the red line. You cannot hit the throttle until the lights go out. It's very clear in the driver's briefing. Many different championships around the world have different rules and regulations, even in the IAME X30. But here, it's very clear. You don't hit the throttle until those lights go out. So it's very important that the drivers remember that.
That's why we have to do it again.
Indeed. Yes, I've seen 4 or 5 attempts at starts in the past, but hopefully it's only going to be 2 on this occasion. But it's the eagerness, it's that will to get racing and get out to a good start as possible. They just get too excited.
Yeah, it's all about the start. You can do a lot of things in the start, and except you are front, you want defense your opinions and everything, and let's see what's going to happen, because Tiita needs good positions now. That's why.
And out of our commentary position, we can see all the seniors are lined up on the pit wall. They are already ready in position for their race, but they want to watch this one. They want to learn something about the circuit, what nuggets of information they can take to try and give them a chance to do better in the senior race following this one.
Yeah, and that's why always good when you are a race driver. You can watch the other drives and you can learn. Like, there's so much things you can learn in watching the others, and that's why
you can look at it and say that's how I'm going to do it, or you can look at it and say that's how I'm definitely not going to do it.
That's, you can always be better. That's the thing in life and karting also. Okay, let's go. Leo Tiita, Paloneva was a little bit problems in the first heat. Let's see what's gonna happen. Tiita in the front, Paloneva, Salmi, Mikkelsen, Svan, Lauholama, Rapi Laakkonen.
False start again. False start again.
Not still going
The race
on.
director has made it very clear he's not going to tolerate the drivers getting on the throttle out of the final turn. They've got to wait until the lights go out. Because you see the rhythm and the pace, they came off that turn after the red line and they were just accelerating, willing the lights to go out. Well, that's not going to work. Not here this weekend in IAME Nordic. You've got to be patient. You've got to wait for the lights to go out. You've got to crawl at a walking pace. And we saw that very well in the Masters race in particular. They got it very slow out of the turn. They waited, and they didn't even reach the yellow line when the lights went out because the race director was happy. They've done it right, so they can get a decent run to the first turn. Well, these guys are accelerating with far too much speed, far too much pace, and so it's a false start. You know, you've got to slow down on the approach. So for the third time, we'll try the start again. And of course, the juniors, they want to get a good race on the board, but if we can't start the race, then, well, we're in some trouble. Fortunately, we're not going to lose the daylight. It's Finland in May, so we're going to have daylight until 11 p.m.
That's true. That's not the problem here.
So off the final turn, slow down the pace, back off, slow the carts down.
Slow it down.
It's better, but it's also similar. So is it going to be a race start? Yes, it is.
Let's go racing. Tiita, Salmi. Let's go, Tiita going to the lead, but Paloneva takes the lead. Paloneva going for this heat front.
Contact, configuration, carts going off all over the place. We've got 2 or 3 carts spinning off and going onto the grass. That's Garib, I think, recovering after an incident. One of the Paralins has dropped back down the order as well. That is the 349 that's dropped a long way back. That is Oni Kumpala. So big problems already, as several drivers have now not come through in a good position. A lot of drivers getting spat out on the exit of the first corner. I was about to say, Alex, I was really impressed with all of the drivers in all of the classes that we hadn't had a big pile-up into turn 1, and then we had one in turn 2 instead.
But Paloneva takes the lead with Tiita. Paloneva näyttää Tiitalle sillä, että ei muuta kuin mennä. Lähdetään karkuun ja katsotaan vaan Salmi Lauhaluoma. And Tiita takes the lead. Come on.
Good start from Tiita, but there was a little bit of a snaky moment through the chicane because drivers have kicked up some dust onto the circuit, so it's a little bit slipperier in the chicane than it was. All it takes is a little bit of mud. We've had a cart come off the road at the banking as well, so there's yellow flags because we've got a driver retiring from the race. That's Aleksi Heinonen, I think. So Aleksi Heinonen having a problem as well. He's out of the race at the banking, so that's unfortunate for Aleksi. He's out of this one.
He's out, but look at the leading group. Tiita, Paloneva, Svan is there. Veetu Salmi is over the third place already. Veeti Salmi, Ted Svan, Justus Lauhaluoma, and Veeti Salmi go to the second place. Look at that, and it's going. Paloneva, Salmi side by side for the chicane. Paloneva still in the second place. And Tiita say, thank guys, I'm out.
Big dive on the inside again as Salmi moves up into second position, and that's even more daylight for Leo Tiita up in front, and that's really cost the man who was leading, Henry Paloneva, massively. He's down into about 6th position as a result of that squabble with Veeti Salmi. But it's amazing fortunes for Leo Tiita. He's now got a huge advantage up front.
Let's go, Veeti Salmi won a race. Come here to racing, and Leo Tiita need this one. Unfortunately, the first heat, Tiita needs very good heat number 2. And Veeti Salmi jatkaa taistelua kakkospaikalla tällä hetkellä. Hän vetää sellaista kunnon junaa tuolla sitten. Siellä on Lauhalo, Mikkelsen, Svani. Siellä on tiukka kamppailu menossa.
So it looks to me as though we've now had 2 retirements from the race. We've had Aleksi Heinonen and Oni Kumpala, both drivers retiring before the end of their race day. And that's very unfortunate for both drivers. They were not able to get to the finish of the race distances. Oh, actually, I think it's Oni Kumpala. Well,
Kumpala's still going.
yeah, so there is one kart that's not moving, but I can't make out who it is. So one kart is obviously parked up on the middle of the race course, but apparently all 21 of them are still circulating,
Kevin
so I'm not
Grabin.
sure.
Maybe it's Kevin Grabin.
Oh, it's Kevin Garib.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. It is Garib. So Garib having a problem then and pulling off. That's unfortunate. His dad's birthday today as well,
Really?
so that wasn't quite what they wanted.
I don't want to say it, but happy birthday.
Well, it's a little bit of an annoying birthday now,
Yeah.
but I'm sure after the race, when they get to pack up, they'll have a quiet drink and have a nice evening of it, ready for the superheat tomorrow. So Tita, Salmi, La Holoma once again lurking for the win in front of Adrian Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
The Norwegian's really going for it though in 4th position. He wants to get into the top 3, so there's another chance to make that happen. This is getting fascinating as they run in close proximity again.
Yeah, Mikkelsen tried to get to the 3rd place from Lauhaluoma. Lauhaluoma taistelee 3. paikasta, mutta katsokaa, Salmi on löytänyt rytmin päälle. Veeti Salmi is still one of the fastest on the track, and he wanna go to Leo Tita Pumper, and let's see what's gonna happen. Tita Salmi, siellä on Lauhaluoma ja Mikkelsen.
Well, for some reason, the timing screen still seems to think that Kevin Garib is in 9th position. As much as we want him to be there, sadly, he's not circulating anymore. He's actually watching the race at Marshall Post 3, but Marshall Post 4, actually. So, unfortunately, he's not racing anymore, but the timing screen still seems to think he is. I think that's going to have to be updated before the end of the race action. However, up at the sharp end, it's getting racy for the lead. That huge advantage that Leo Tita did have is not as big as it was anymore.
Yeah.
He's got the cavalry charging down.
Let's
Salmi
go.
has got a bigger pressure now coming from Lahuloma.
Yeah, Lauhaluoma is coming, Mikkelsen is coming. There's the 4 who can win this battle. 4 kuskia voi voittaa tämän homman tällä hetkellä, ja siellä on myös Paloneva ja Vepsäläinen ja kumppanit. Löfgren tekee kovaa työtä siellä takana hyvin. Painaa nuorukainen tässä junioriluokassa myös mukana, eli on kovaa vääntöä joka puolella. Joka puolella rataa. Tiitta katselee jo taakseen. Tiitta looking behind. Oh my God, what's going to happen soon? Salmi, Lauhaluoma coming.
Well, there's the move from Mikkelsen. Mikkelsen's got into 3rd past Lahuloma. So Lahuloma down to 4th position. Mikkelsen, the Norwegian, up into 3rd
Yeah.
place, chasing down Vitti Salmi.
Did you see Veeti Salmi already look out? Hey, I'm coming. RVS Motorsportin isot liput liehuvat siellä Veeti Salminkin kypärässä ja pilttuussa. Nyt katsotaan, mistä tämä nuorukainen on tehty. Lähtee haastamaan Tiittaa siihen niin.
So the wind tunnel effect kicks in down the main straight again, and Leo Tita has Vitti Salmi just a couple of millimeters behind him at the braking zone for turn 1. He manages to keep his line. Here goes Vitti Salmi!
Salmi takes the lead!
Oh, lovely move from Salmi, and
Come
now
on.
he's going to have pressure from Mikkelsen as well, who tries to keep it off the curbs, holds his line for 3rd position, but that was beautiful from Vitti Salmi, sliced him and diced him into 4th position, into the 4th corner. Lovely job, and that's exactly how you steal the lead from someone with the craft of Leo Tita, but it's not done yet.
Joo, 2 laps to go. Veeti Salmi testää. Salmi, Mikkelsen, Lauhaluoma, Tiittas vaan. Paloneva. Koko porukka on siellä. Tiitta lähtee rinnalle. Niin lähtee Mikkelsenkin sinä. Niin lähtee Lauhaluoma.
Oh,
All 4 drivers.
Mikkelsen into 2nd place. That really cost Leo Tita dearly. He got off the racing line, and as a result, he's lost 2 places. Leo Tita down to 4th place now behind Salmi, Mikkelsen, and in 3rd place it is Lahuloma. He got the win in race 1, don't forget. We've got double wave yellows on the approach to the bridge because somebody has gone off on the exit of the bridge.
Yeah, look to Mikkelsen, the Norwegian guy there's still hanging on the bumper, antaa siellä Tiita Salmelle vähän tiukkaa puskuria tällä hetkellä.
That's Oni Kumpala, I think. So Oni Kumpala in the Paralin has gone off the road, unfortunately, just under the bridge. So that's game over for him.
Okay.
But now we go, last lap, here we go.
Lap. Let's go, junior class, Mikkelsen straight from Norway, Veeti Salmi, Suomi. Nyt katsotaan Norjan Suomi-osastoa, Norway against Finland. Mikkelsen, Lauhaluoma, Tiitta, Salmi vie, vetää luukkua kiinni siihen, katsoo sieltä taakse, ottaa siitä sisälle. Vääntää todella tiukasti tällä hetkellä ja Mikkelsen lähteekö hyppää to the Daytona corner.
Adrian Mikkelsen's going to make the dive on the inside. Salmi's going to leave him no space.
No,
Goodness me, they've still got double wave yellows
That's
under the
true.
bridge as well. So Mikkelsen's got to line him up and wait for the green flag
That's
to make
lucky.
his move again.
That's
so they've
lucky.
got to wait Up to the final turn. Is this where Mikkelsen can make a dive on Vittisalmi?
Nyt katsotaan, pystyykö Vehti-Salmi tulemaan sieltä voittajajoukkoon. Vehti-Salmi, RVS Motorsportti, ottaako tästä voiton nimissä? Ottaa, kyllä! Vehti-Salmi, Adrian Mikkelsen, Justus Lauhaluoma. Siellä kolmantena Tiittas vaan Palonen. What a race, my friend.
27 thousandths of a second between Vittisalmi and Adrian Mikkelsen. The battle between Finland and Norway alive and kicking in Junior X30, and we get two completely different winners from the two heats. It was Justus Lauhaluoma in Heat 1, Vittisalmi in Heat 2. It is game on for the Junior X30 title of the IAME Nordic Cup.
Nice drive for Vehti-Salmi. Number 2, number 1. Let's go. Adrian Mikkelsen takes the second place. Lauhaluoma, Leo Tiitta get a little bit good on the good results after the first heat. This one also good result, but